Good morning, everyone. Well, hello to everyone. Probably good morning to most. It is the Watchalong City versus Tottenham. I'm your host, Timuchin. Mecca is here, Matush here. What's going on, gentlemen? At least Mecca is an hour ahead of us, but how are we doing?
I thankfully got hour 20 of the 20, less than 21 hours of sleep I've got all week. So I'm doing great.
I don't know how this guy
Yeah, I'm good.
lives.
I'm good. I'm good. It's
What do you
soccer on television.
average for sleep?
3 hours a night.
3 hours. The thought of
Our
that made Matush sleepy.
But
I
that's why
just
he's the handsome Polish prince, because he actually gets enough sleep.
no, I
If
just
you was
I'm
for more sleep, you would look like Matush. Yeah.
I'm just having flashbacks, man. I used to for about 2 years, I would serve breakfast, so I'd work from 6 to 3 o'clock. I'd go home and I'd change to go work at a restaurant from 4 to 9, and then I would change at that restaurant to go bartend from about 9:30 to 4 a.m. And then I would sleep in the parking lot of the breakfast place because it was closer to just go there and sleep in the parking lot than it was to go home. And I did that for about 2 years straight for the weekends. And I'm just having awful flashbacks with Mecca saying the thing. And yeah, I just, my body hurts thinking about it.
Tony is here. Hassan better be here. So I did a roll call yesterday, and I had people promise that they'll be here if we're going to wake up to do this kind of thing. I kind of like wanted to watch this game, but let's face it. Normally, I would probably set the alarm and then just be like, I don't want to watch it that bad, and probably keep sleeping, kind of a deal. This way, I am committed to wake up. So when the alarm went off, like about 20 minutes ago or so over here, I was like, damn it, I should probably not have done this, kind of a thing. But then I got up and going all the way. Let's look at the lineups real quick. I did not get a chance to look yet. Okay. Let's see. Let's pull it up real quick. I am actually intrigued to see this game just because who's more for real? I know it's too early in the season, but I kind of want to see that. Trafford in gold, Lewis, Stones, Diaz, Al-Nouri, Nika Gonzalez, and Reinders in the middle, Oscar Bob, Cherky, Marmouche, and Hollins is basically City's team. And then more of a Tottenham team we're actually kind of used to be honest. Poro, Romero, Van der Van, Spence, and then Sar. Polinia is starting in midfield with Bentancur, Kudus, Richarlison, Brennan Johnson up top. So, out of that lineup, Mecca, who are you looking forward to seeing?
It's actually more the managers. I don't really care about the players. The players are the players. We know what to expect, more or less. But I want to see Thomas Frank with an actual, not that Brentford weren't a quality team, but they weren't necessarily quality players under Frank. Now he has quality players, and I'd be interested to see what he does. So that's my main interest is the tactical part today, because I think Spurs could be tricky for City. Cue a Haaland hat trick in the first 30 seconds now.
Oh, wait. Tony says we will be the eyes and ears of the match. Well, that's...
I'm deaf and blind. That's ridiculous, Tony. Come on.
All that. No, I probably will. I'll try to do more commentary for you here and there, because normally we're just like gazing into the screen over here, or we're just watching Matush watch the game.
He is handsome.
I was going to say that I saw a graphic yesterday that City has lost to Spurs. Pep Guardiola has lost to Spurs more than any other team except for Liverpool. So Pep has lost Liverpool 10 times. He's lost to Spurs 9 times. And then Real was on there. I think it was 6 or 7. But yeah, Spurs is a little bit of a Achilles heel for Pep here.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it'd be interesting to see now, especially with Thomas Frank being such a tactical manager, like having it like a system to play. That could be awkward for teams.
Here comes Holland.
Yeah,
I do
well,
want to see Spurs.
my prediction could have come true there.
Yeah, I was 30 seconds and he was on the loose.
I mean,
I
I'm
do want to
surprised
see like how
Holland.
this team plays different with Frank, because it is pretty much the same. I think it's the same players. I know Polania is there, but it's the same players, Matush. That
Yeah,
was playing very reckless last year.
and I think it just comes down to, like we've always said, is having a structure, having a manager. Maybe if you respect a little bit more, you play the way that he wants you to play. I am a little surprised to see he likes Richarlison so much more than Solanke, but I don't know if it's early or if Dom is just coming back from injury or whatnot. But it'll be fun to see what he can get out of this side, that because they're not a 16th place kind of side. They should be a top 8 playing spot kind of side. So I think if the consistency is there, he's just unfortunate that he lost Madison so early on. It's a key piece to this team.
Yeah, because it would have been interesting to see what Madison does with Frank, because it never worked out. It felt always out of place with what's his name?
Ange.
Oh, let me do this over here. Nope, definitely don't want to do that. There we go. The less people see of us, especially this early in the morning, probably the better. Tony says Pep will go off with a hamstring. Well, since we're your eyes or ears, that was a blatant foul. I thought that wasn't called. But yeah, so Spurs still have the ball. It's trying to settle down right now is basically what's going on, looks like. But I want to see this Reinders do too. I mean, obviously we've seen him before, but I didn't watch either one of these guys last week. Did you guys watch either game last week? City's game or Spurs game?
I can't remember my own name right now, so I couldn't tell you.
I watched the highlights of both, and then I went on a little bit of a rabbit hole, but I was really impressed with Reinders. So I went back and I watched like extended highlights of the game against Wolves, and I was quite impressed. I think he's going to be a problem in the league. I know it was just against Wolves, and you know a potential relegation side, but there's some quality there that he's going to be the focal point of that team for a long time if he stays healthy. I think he is really, really good.
That could be scary with him, and that's quite the rotation if they, have him, Rodri when he comes back, and then Nico Gonzalez too, who I'm not totally sold on yet, but
yeah.
Oh man, the Tim Cam thing. Like the Tim Cam thing, we were talking about it after we returned, and it literally took me an entire day to remember why the hell we had to have Tim Cam anyway. It was kind of like for technical reasons more than anything else, because we really didn't want to subject people to me for 24 hours straight. But
yeah, that's what your family's for.
Exactly, yeah. they get the good stuff.
So the thing I'm noticing now already is that you know when managers are known for a very direct style of football, when they're at lower clubs, get to a bigger club, they stop doing the thing that got them into that position and start trying to play like expansive football. That's what Spurs seem to be doing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, that's why I mean, like last week, I think I watched a little bit. Now that I think about the Burnley game, but I think when I turned it on, it was already 1-0. They made it 2. That was like a really, really good goal, by the way, by Richarlison.
Yeah.
And not only like the shot itself, but like I saw like a reel or a short or something like that during the week of the goal, where every single person on the pitch from Spurs touched that ball in the build-up as they went up there and stuff, with like a nice finish at the end. So, but I mean, Spurs have always been capable of playing good-looking football. It's just a matter of, can they defend or can they stop teams from scoring? So will they be able to do that with Frank? is the question.
They'll definitely be able to do it better than with Big Ange. I mean, even Brendan Rodgers has a bit better defensive record than Ange Postecoglou
That's
itself.
not bad. It took 10 minutes before you used Brandon Rodgers' name. That's
I know,
that's
seriously.
the record, yeah.
Imagine what would have happened if I was awake. But I don't think that would be difficult to outdo Ange Postecoglou in defensive records, to be fair. And that's part of his charm as well. He's like
They're going to move away.
Aussie Kevin Keegan.
We're going to move away from having an offside trap at the midway point every attack. So I think they're set up to. There's not much you could do worse defense here. So I think the bar is very low.
Yeah, the bar is low.
I think though the problem with Ange's offside trap was it was in the middle of the opposition half where the offside rule doesn't apply. That was his problem.
That's what I mean. As long as you don't set the high in the other people's box, that was off. What do you guys think about Spurs going after Eze, but then kind of like dragging their feet and letting Arsenal in the door?
It's an abject lesson.
That has to be aggravating.
It's an abject lesson about what happens when a player is wanted by other clubs and the club that looks like they're getting them drag their feet. Richard Hughes.
So what are you saying? Isak is going to Real Madrid or somewhere?
He's got the Spurs.
That'd be quite a twist. Oh, that's a foul.
Oh, that's give him a yellow.
If it was a defender, that was a yellow.
Absolutely.
Oh, for Sony is like, what is going on? They're right in front of the box. Holland's a ridiculous Lukaku-like first touch there. No, maybe not actually. That's a good pressure over there. And that's Romero up there, isn't it?
No, that's Richarlison.
No, Richarlison gets the ball at the end, but Romero is all the way up there on Holland's butts getting that ball. And now they have a free kick in front of the box. Frank is yelling stuff nobody understands. So
I think with Eze too, it's cool because he's a boyhood Arsenal fan, right? Played through the academy. It was 13, I think, when they let him go, and we just knew if they kept knocking, there was no chance any other team would have been able to sign him if Arsenal was there for him. So I think maybe there had to have been something said from the Arsenal camp to at least his agent, which is why it maybe dragged out a little bit longer than it should, because they were waiting out what would have happened from Arsenal's side. I don't think it's on Spurs necessarily.
Oh, I got you. So Eze was very like, well, hold on, let me think about it a little bit. Arsenal interested, kind of a thing. That was horrible.
Yeah, that's
another shot.
Ooh.
Side netting here, Tony, by Poro. A horrible free kick at first, and then the second one was good.
The second had some whip on it. My God.
Damn. Excited Spurs fan.
The life of a Spurs
Great job
fan.
by the director there. Yes. Let's show an excited Spurs fan. This is Macca territory there. Macca, what are they saying over there? Cut to an excited Spurs guy.
There's the Spurs guy is saying, we're going to win more trophies.
Oh my God.
my
If that
gosh.
was a goal, dude.
That was a hell of an angle.
That was a good attempt from that angle. But I also just realized that Marmouche looks a bit like an ant.
And this one, he's not even trying to look like. That's the plot twist there. By the way, Haaland is off if this goal goes in. Oh, cut to excited City fan.
It is just the one.
That's why the City fan, not the A City fan.
And he's wearing an old Man City top that looks like a Spurs top so he could fit in.
Part of it, he just make.
South.
I feel like sometimes some of these City fans who look to be in their 30s, they wear a top that is from a much different era to make it seem like they didn't just start supporting them 8 years ago.
I think so too. Just go shop from some of the old school stuff, Oh no, I've had this thing. Amazing how many washes this thing has had. Dude,
Oh.
what are people doing with these passes? As a coach, that has to drive you nuts, Mecca.
It does, but I keep forgetting that James Trafford was in the Championship. Like he's trying to play Premier League football when the pressure demand wasn't on him consistently. So he's about to find out what happens when you dally on the ball as well.
To be fair, though, the dude is like 2
does a
feet
heavy-
away from him, and he just like
Yeah, it's a
freaking
heavy
says, "Here."
pass that close. Yeah.
But I don't know. That's on Trafford, maybe to kind of like come that close to receive the pass. I think he was expecting the guy to let it roll to him as opposed to just fucking.
Yeah, we'll put it a bit like that. I'm just hoping that I'm hoping some commentator 10 years from now calls him Old Trafford.
Ah,
again.
good one. Good one.
That's great pressure from Spurs, honestly.
I mean that's the Thomas Frank like signature there.
Yeah.
Just there's not as many long passes, which is really what helped Brentford under him. Yeah, there's Pep getting involved in the passing. Did Pep not pass that ball back onto the field there?
No, he passed to I don't know who it was, but
because that would have been funny if he did, because it was a good pass.
The true 12th man. In the box.
those are the little cutscenes I don't understand. The ball is still in play, and they cut to Vicario, who just slid to to kick it out. But the play is still going on. I don't want to see a little shot of Vicario.
I want to see
tell them to do better.
The worst one is the Champions League when they do those slow motion things with the people like drinking the water bottles. All while there's an attack going on.
Yep.
I like to do let's get some reactions in here. Him laughing, him spitting, him doing it. Tony says, I would love Frank to outsmart Pep. Honestly, a game like this, the way City play with that press, if they lose the ball up there, it's not even like a matter of outsmarting. You just feel like, styles maybe? Like Pep not giving up from style, even against something like this.
I mean, the classic Thomas Frank Brentford counter-attacking style would be ideal because their pressure is really good. Like Spurs' pressure is really good right now. But if it just strikes me somebody who thinks he has to play a certain type of game because he's at a certain level of club. Like the possession for possession's sake thing almost. And that's not really what Brentford were about.
Yeah.
Because especially with this City team, like with their also aggressive press, if you get in behind them early, you might put them in a lot of trouble that they don't like. I mean, that's why it sounds stupid, but that's why Roy Hodgson had the hoodoo over Pep for so long, because he didn't care about passing the ball. He just let it up top to whoever his forwards were. I mean, all this does, playing this way against City, like playing it around your 18-yard box, all it does is put you under pressure.
He's way off.
He must have got the Darwin Núñez big book of soccer positioning for his birthday.
Dude, the bad thing is I was literally thinking the same thing. Al-Nuri is down on the ground. That doesn't look good when that's the I might be done positioning.
Yeah, he might be done for the day.
Good old Pep is in the house. Pep. That has to be confusing, right?
Maybe that's what they're trying to do. That's their succession plan. Is they just get Linders to be the next manager and they don't have to change any of the letterhead.
What's the name?
The office?
Yeah, that does not look good. Al-Nuri is on the ground. Rodri is like, now he knows how I feel. I think Rodri looks like he's on the bench.
In the bench?
Yes, he is. I thought he was not going to be
for
able to
another
play
month or two.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
fake news.
That's no good. It's no good for the league.
He's just there for moral support.
Does it hurt when I bend your ankle the wrong way? Does this hurt?
Maybe if his
Oh.
socks were higher.
Oh, he twisted that thing underneath. That could be fine though, or he broke it. I'm no doctor, as you guys can tell. He's either gonna get up and go.
That's the kind of a diagnosis you want to hear. It could be broken or it could be dandruff. I don't know. Here's
You might be
I'm not
fine.
a doctor. I don't
Why
even
don't
know
you
I'm
walk
looking
on
at
it?
this.
Walk on it a little bit, see how it feels. See if you can shake it off. Yeah, I think it just twisted the wrong way for a second there. But this is the kind of stuff that you come back in and you're like, yeah, no, it's not. Every time I step, I had the same sensation, kind of a thing. So, dude, Hassan is not here. Wait till I see him on Monday, or he's gonna wake up like late and he's gonna show up in the second half or something.
It'd be very late if he wakes up for the second half on Monday.
Hassan would. No, he said he wakes up at 4 a.m. every day from the Mecca book of sleeping patterns.
That's when I go to sleep for an hour before I have to go into work.
So what does Mecca do at 3 in the morning? Do
Try
we
to
even
go
want to
sleep.
know?
Literally try to go to sleep. Or, and I'm aging myself a little bit here. I go on the AARP website and do all the crosswords.
Oh,
They have loads of little free games. It's great. That's not an endorsement, but they do.
But you should check it out. Dude, there were
Well, that
two
was it.
people over there. Why did he pass it to someone? That was bad. Was that
I mean,
Sar?
he didn't even pass it to a City player. He just passed it to Air.
Yeah. He did the someone should be there. That's the kind of stuff in the youth games, Mecca. Somebody's like, who's there? Like,
Yes,
I love
that's
that.
exactly the phrase. Yeah,
Right?
who was
Who's
there?
Nobody's there. That's why you shouldn't have passed it there. I love that.
And then everybody thinks that you're talking about the other players not being there, but you're actually going, who the hell were you passing to?
That's my biggest, like when I referee now, it just brings back memories from like watching Layla and Jasmine all those years. People are like, somebody's gonna be there. Or she could have passed it to someone who was open already instead of just like hoofing it forward. You know?
Or the very rare thing you don't hear in American soccer, which you should hear a lot more of, is work it out. Hold on to the ball for a bit. Because American kids dump the ball because they're always told to boot it.
Yes.
Boot it.
I coached one season with a dude because, you know, with my work schedule, I was not going to be able to do. So I was like, you know, like a split. I was more like the assistant coach thing, but the dude didn't know anything. And he was like, so whenever I'm there, I'm coaching or whatever. But, you know, like I miss stuff. And we went to a game and he was yelling at the kids to toe kick it so that it goes like longer kind of a thing, like goes harder. And I was like, oh my dude, it's one of those like, you know, the commercial where it's just like want to get away. Like it was one of those, like, I'm like, I just don't want to be here right now next to this dude because everybody's going to think I'm thinking the same thing. I was like, yeah, let's not yell that out.
I'm surprised he didn't leave it and never come back.
Well, Jasmine was there. I can't just leave Jasmine in the hands of the dark side.
What happened was, as the first whistle went off, the two of you were standing side by side, and as he kept yelling, you kept edging your way away from till you were down by the corner flag by half time.
What you do is you just make sounds every time he says toe, and just the toe part of it.
Bleep it out. Yeah, Al Nuri is going to come off, looks like, because Ake is getting ready. I couldn't believe Akanji. They're already selling Akanji. Did you guys know this?
Yeah, that one.
Like Galatasaray is one of the teams interested. That's how I found out, mind you. But
Oh,
Al Nuri is down.
speaking of not Galatasaray, but Fenerbahce, big signing revealed today. Yes, yesterday. What was it?
Alvarez?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that like a big signing? I was like, I'm kind of lost. I'm worried that Mourinho is building a team that's going to be really good in Europa because they're not going to concede as much and stuff. Very Mourinho like, but I don't know if Alvarez is going to be good for the Turkish league because you're playing against teams against low block all the freaking time. So, and Alvarez, I don't like, do I remember it wrong? Here's another thing. Like, whenever I watched Alvarez, for example, he's playing for West Ham against City, against Liverpool and stuff like that. So he's always on the, the back foot. He's more defending. He's like the enforcer in midfield. So I don't know if he'll be a different guy when we have more possession, but basically there's a bodyguard next to Fred.
I was absolutely being sarcastic, so I apologize.
You jerk. Honestly, though, like that's what they need. That's what they more need. They do need a winger still, but they did need some beef in midfield, so it helps in that sense, especially when we go to Europe and stuff. But
they could sign me. I'm beef.
Yeah,
no, sorry, no,
you gotta be able to run too.
I'm large. If they want large in midfield, they could sign me.
Take some space in midfield.
By not showing
shout out to the Champions League. They play Benfica away on Wednesday. Basically, the winner goes to the Champions League kind of thing. They beat out Feyenoord. So Feyenoord is going to end up in Europe, I think, as well. And they crushed them too, like 5-2 in the second game. Every time I see Richarlison, I want to go watch Fifth Element again. Is that a thing?
Every time I see Richarlison, I want to watch Cops.
Oh, dude, that was a horrible first touch.
Terrible touch. Brennan.
It was a terrible pass as well, though, to be fair. You let it at somebody 5 yards away from him.
So halfway into the first half, this is the game that everybody was warning me about in a 1-0, 1-1 or something. I really thought this was going to be, maybe I was expecting the more old school Tottenham, like a high scoring affair. Or are we just waiting for one goal to open the floodgates?
It's the early kickoff. You know how Klopp felt about those.
Yes, I'm just glad we don't have to hear about that. Oh, what happened there? Oh, it's not. So that was not. Do not play with your TV settings. That was from.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a higher scoring game as well.
That pass was not even to that guy anyway, I think.
I say this almost every watch along, and I can't understand professional players overhitting passes.
Because that pass is to the guy making the run in the middle, I guarantee you. And
yeah, probably.
Looked like it was going to the guy in the pass, and it didn't even go there. Like, even that guy couldn't get it. I don't think that pass was meant to the wide side anyway.
It was probably meant to go backwards. And then Marwini
I hit it with my toe.
Boot it! That's what happened. Brennan Johnson's parents are in the crowd going, boot it!
Yeah, I start refereeing again in like 2 weeks. So that should be interesting because it's going to be boys soccer. What should I be expecting in terms of difference between the boys and girls junior high soccer?
I'd say the coaches will actually be a lot less vocal. And the girls' game always seem to attract the biggest mouths on the sidelines.
Oh, on the sideline, okay.
Yeah, but the boys is gonna be just quicker. But I loved coaching like girls' soccer because it was more technical. You know, there wasn't as much of a line.
I'm gonna have to be running more. Is that what you're saying?
Essentially, yeah.
I can
you
stop.
You got to get the orthotic inserts now.
with some unnecessary stoppages, I can stop the game. They're like, hold on, let me
To
check that ball.
be fair though, it is if it's junior high or high school soccer, you don't have to leave the center circle. Really,
See, I
that's
don't
my
want to be that
experience.
guy, so I do, because I feel like I had to be at an angle to, because I'm by myself, so there's no
Yeah.
linesman. So I feel like I had to be at an angle to be able to call it. Yeah, I'm kind of like trying to like overachiever over here. I could be one of those guys, like, you know, I've been to Layla's games, Jasmine's games, where the dude is literally reffing from inside the circle, and I'm like, dude, you are way too far from everything.
That's like that was kind of my eye opener when I came over here to coach. Was some referee was literally in the middle of the. He was a kind of biker looking dude. Like he had like his hair tied back in a pony. He was about 60 maybe. He didn't leave the center circle the whole first half, and I was like, mate, any chance of you moving and getting into the proper position? And he looked at me and went, I only do this to make money to buy parts for my bike. I'm like, if I did that now at a basketball or like a Pop Warner game or something like that, I'd be run out of town for saying that. I only ref this sport that I don't care about for parts for my bike.
That's like the thing I noticed too. It's like, yeah, there's like a lot of refs that are. There's no happy medium either. There's some of the refs just going through the motion, and there's some that are taking it a bit too serious.
There's like at least up here in the Northeast, like I found like a lot of in the school system, like the school games, that a lot of the refs are the basketball refs doing like picking up an extra few dollars, and they ref it like a basketball game. It's the only time I ever got sent off in my entire life. I never even got sent off as a player. Although to be fair, I wasn't a rough player, but I got sent off as a coach because my player had the ball. Their player ran into my player to try and push him off the ball and then bounced off him because my player, as weedy looking as he was quite strong, and he yellow carded my player. And I was like, what the hell's going on? Right? I was like, if you're gonna yellow card my player, you need to yellow card the other one as well. That's the only way it works logically in my head. And he said, you better shut up right now. And I did this. Like, you know, I'm stepping back, and I step back to the bench, and he said, right, out you go, and red carded me.
What?
Yep.
That guy's having a rough day. That was a great run by Holland, by the way. Oh, look who is up. Look who just woke up. I'm up at 4 a.m. every morning. How dare you, sir? How dare you? You're late. Good morning, though. What's going on, Hassan? Well, if you were watching the game, you haven't missed a lot. That Holland run and the pass a second ago was pretty darn impressive, I have to say. But
I'm quite impressed by the fact that Haaland has modelled his hairstyle off every woman in Manchester. Pulled back in a ponytail. Like.
Good save or bad finish?
I think it's bad finish. He just throws his body in there. Oh, the excited City fan cuts. Is that Marmouche on the ball? He's gonna take shots.
No, it's. Yeah, I think unfortunately the sport here isn't as affected overall, so you won't get the proper refereeing, you won't get the proper sources, you won't get the proper eyes, whatever you need, you don't get it because it's the last on the totem pole. Especially when it comes to boys soccer. I think for soccer, there's still, I think, they get treated a little bit better because the women's team in general here has been one of the best in the world year in and year. So I think it's more respected in that sense. But yeah, I don't think there's much for soccer here as far as the respect level goes to have just competent anything.
It did get better though over like 10, 15 years, like because we like before I like left it all after the pandemic, like you start to get younger refs who'd come in, and I always loved seeing it. Like before the game started, they'd be juggling the ball in the middle of the field, like before the kickoff, and then you
They're
knew
actual players, yeah.
that kid knows the game, like you know,
Yeah.
so they're not gonna. And they were great because they knew the difference between a 50-50 shoulder and somebody trying to clean somebody out. And the parents, that was the funny thing, was the older age parents who were on their last kid in the system didn't quite get this because all the refs beforehand had called everything.
Yes.
And then they'd be like, that ref was terrible. And I'd be like, no, he was actually the best ref you had all season.
I do notice though, like, you know, it gets worse and worse. So I know why some of those referees start calling in youth games, because the parents who don't get it put so much on their kids there. Like, you know, push him back. I mean, that's like a famous, like sideline thing, you know, it's like, yeah, that there's a different, and then, you know, you see the kid out there, like freaking like 2 hands away from the body, like literally pushing. You're like, yeah, no, that's not playing physical. I know, like, I feel bad for some of those young kids because some of them are dedicated enough to stick around, but the early on, man, the support system for refs is like so freaking brutal.
Yeah.
That I can see a lot of them, like, they're like, oh, there's ridiculous turnover. I was like, yeah, I wonder why. Because as an adult, I have to constantly like ask questions and stuff like that because there's not, you know, you're not given the information. I don't see like a 16-year-old, 17-year-old might not be as vocal about, hey, you know, you never gave us this rights kind of a deal. So why is the stream constantly coming in and out? Is it just me and or is it you guys as well?
I just
mine's
keep getting
been
the
actually
heading
okay.
fixed. Yeah, mine's been
fine.
I get the occasional black screen.
What it actually is the referees union is listening to you talking right now, and it's interfering with your stream to warn you to stop giving away the secrets.
Dude, so hold on. This is like funny, by the way, totally unrelated, but ref related. So they had this meeting last time, right? There's like, oh, mandatory Zoom meeting for all the refs. And I'm like, okay. And that was my first season. So I'm like, oh, it's mandatory, blah, blah, blah. So I go into this freaking Zoom meeting. And first of all, it's a Zoom meeting of 500 refs. So it's like really, really ridiculous. Like, you know, and then like 4 people got to ask questions and stuff because there's 500 and people are basically chatting on the sideline. And there's more information on the sideline than there is actually on the screen being given. But then, you know, I learned a couple of things like how strict they are with those cards and stuff. Mecca, I'm sure you're more familiar, like the player cards and more importantly, the coach cards, like how strict they are with them and stuff. I'm like, okay, whatever. I get it. I didn't realize it was that strict. So then ref the season. So now for fall season, there's like, oh, there's like a Zoom meeting. And I was like, dude, I bet you this is going to be the same freaking Zoom meeting that it was going to be the other one. So I made up a bullshit excuse and I was like, hey, I'm going to be out of town on business and they're taking out to dinner. And it's on like a Monday, 9 o'clock. It was supposed to be right after the podcast or something like that. So, you know, he's like, oh, I forwarded. That's fine. You were here for the spring one. Just watch the video because they released the video of the Zoom call afterwards. So I don't know what happened. I got to talk to a couple of refs and find out who were at the meeting. But I guess they had to end the meeting on Zoom because I don't know what people were doing because they were like very unprofessional and people think, oh, they were funny and stuff. So I don't know what happened in the Zoom meeting that they literally had to end the Zoom meeting halfway through, like 20 minutes, 25 minutes in. So I know people were talking shits or making sounds or playing porn or whatever it was. I'm dying to know what the hell they were doing. But even worse, I get an email where they're like, oh, yes, you know, sorry about that. We talked to Zoom and, you know, we're hoping, you know, we have things in place now to prevent it from happening again. And then said, well, it would be unfair to have everybody attend the meeting again. So he was off, wasn't he?
I don't know.
Richarlison open. That is a good ball, actually. He's off. He was off all along. God dang, it's like fucking watch 30 seconds. So the dude says, oh, you can go back and watch the spring meeting. There's really, you know, 99.99% of the information was already there. I'm like, then why did you freaking have 500 people in a mandatory meeting for 1% information that you're going to present? So, but I'm dying to know. Ooh,
that's close.
He might not be off, dude.
That's close.
Oh, wait, though. I think they paused it on the wrong spot, didn't they? It looked like they paused it in the initial ball, not the second header. That's close.
I just want to point out to anybody watching this watch along that up to now the game has been so boring that we're talking about refereeing in the United States, and that's why.
Yes, it's
Literally,
been one of those. Dude, I think he's on.
if it's from that ball, he should be on.
It looks, yeah, right. It looks on from here. The left foot is all the way on the back.
Yeah, because he's leaning into the run.
This would be a hell of a way to respond to getting a yellow card for Brendan Johnson. Yeah, that Richarlison ball was almost bad.
Yes, right. Like you should have probably run along longer where he actually kicks it with the left. It's in.
It's a goal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
come on, Spurs.
Okay, not to mention this should make the game a little interesting. Excited Spurs fans.
The great thing about being a Spurs fan is if you can't afford the top, just wear a plain white t-shirt. Nobody's going to know the difference.
Just scribble something or in the pocket area.
One trophy in 60 years. Is it? Am I right in saying that not every club in the Championship had VAR last year? Maybe that's what Trafford was thinking about.
Okay, things could get. Oh, that's a.
How was that? A hairy challenge, as we would say.
Pep is like, maybe I shouldn't have hired a bunch
of Toure in the background.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Like, I shouldn't have hired the entire Liverpool.
Yeah, seriously, like he's spanning the generations there. He's probably going to hire Roy Evans next as well.
The new monsters. Let's see what Pep number 2 can do.
Ooh, that was dangerous, dude. If he doesn't grab that ball, that was going bad. So most likely they're getting Donnarumma anyway, right? From all looks of it.
Seems to be the case.
Yeah.
I just don't know who else
has
the money.
United got somebody yesterday. Which, we were talking with Ed on Rival Bros about the whole Onana ordeal. I thought that was really weird. Like, didn't everybody think like he was just injured? That's why. And then the dude is like benched.
Yeah.
And he didn't get benched with all the crap he did last. Oh. No, I think he got the ball, right?
And that was that looked like a ball he was entitled to go for.
That was a great move. That's a pen. Nothing again?
Dude. That was outside the box, I think, but that had to be a foul. Because he clips from like, oh, this is what we needed, baby. Now we're cooking. Or maybe I just woke up. Could be both. Yeah, we're going to watch this, but. Yeah, it's outside, but that's a clear foul.
Yeah, how do you not call that?
What happened to VAR for clear and obvious errors?
Ref gets a spanking in center field.
In the box. Apparently.
Now, I just want to point out, as much as he said he was entitled to go for that ball, the City goalkeeper, that's exactly the same kind of tackle that Mane got sent off for that time.
Ah, yes.
That's the problem. Did I see something there? Yeah, Did I see something there like on social media a while like last week or the week after or the week before rather? Like they had a screenshot of one of the refs and they were playing Championship Manager or Football Manager, whatever it is, whilst doing a game. thought there was something like that doing the rounds.
Really?
Yeah, like they had the screenshot, and it was like the whatever the skin is for Football Manager, whatever it's called these days. I haven't played it since Championship Manager 98 or whatever it was, Championship Manager 2. The best version. Pep 1 is asking Pep 2 what Klopp would have done in this situation. Pep 2 is going, he just swear a lot. He just run up and down shouting swear words in German. Thomas Frank looks like he goes to the nightclubs to pick up the college kids on a Friday evening.
What the fuck? Okay, right when the game was kind of getting going over here, what are we doing? This nonstop stoppages over here. Get Poro's ass back in here. Let's go.
I feel I need another replay. Like Trafford played that with his hand outside the box. I don't know.
Did he? No.
I think he got it with the knee, and then the knee followed through.
Show it again, you cowards.
Oh, no, he did. You're right, he did.
That's I mean,
that's a red card.
How much of a difference to Tarkovsky leaning into it? I mean, they're both doing similar things, I think, in my
dude, Bedlam is talking about it. How is it not? That's not inside. You're making your body bigger. So yeah, I mean, if it hits your hands,
he's bringing his hands. He's not bringing his hands inside of his body. They are out of his body.
Yeah,
I think they have to have a gray area about that rule because Jordan Pickford you'd never know which was which. Is his hands into his body, out his body? We don't know. They're the same length every time.
That's England's number 1 you're talking about.
Yeah, that is bullshit, dude. They're like, we don't want this game to be over this early. I think this is why Richarlison is actually playing over Solanke. Maybe it's like, you might be right. It might be the injury. Solanke might do the same things once he's fit, but Richarlison has been pretty decent, actually.
My stream has been connected.
What happened?
Yeah, stream has been disconnected. What gives? Just because we didn't pay you the bribe, Tamuchin.
I'm watching it. They're fine.
Did they score? Oh my God. Mom?
You paused this preview. How are we doing now?
What did you do?
I didn't do anything, actually. Hold on. Let me stop streaming.
Yeah, restart it.
Can you guys see it now?
Nope, I'm just seeing 2 blue dots run around each. It's basically the City midfield. Just running around each other.
I don't understand why, man. Like, it's working like a charm on my end, and I'm sharing my screen to you guys. And it's like actually ridiculously good connection. It shows 20. So you guys can see the game right now?
Nope.
No.
Hans has it.
We're watching along the watch-along on the watch-along.
Share your screen. Let's try this again. I know why it's not letting me now.
There we go. I'm back.
Okay.
Don't care what's happening to Matouche. I'm back.
I don't know why it says pause the preview, but
that's most important. Just in time to see another Spurs goal.
Corner?
That was 2 missed calls in a span of 5 seconds. That was terrible.
No. I just don't understand how the second one, like the handball gets missed. Like the first one, okay, you missed a foul ultimately, I guess, but
it's the whole point of VAR. This is the whole point.
For the handball, right? Yeah, I mean, that's just freaking ridiculous. I would actually argue that other foul that he missed, that would have been a yellow because it's actually from behind, obviously, because it's clipping his ankle. Richarlison missed that. How the fuck? Okay, we were talking about this for rival bros. I gotta ask you, Mecca, what do you think about this? We went from not being able to like sneeze next to the goalie to as long as you don't punch the goalie, it's not a foul anymore. How do you like that?
Yeah, that's how it should be. Goalkeepers get way too much protection.
I think now they get like zero protection.
They're good. They want to try playing Gaelic football for a season or two, then they'll know what like it's like to have no protection whatsoever. Those goalkeepers get punched and kicked and elbowed as a matter of course. Get Hassan off that bloody comments.
Frank is killing that gum, dude.
Seriously.
What the?
Wow, what? No.
Wow.
City is.
Yeah,
I don't want to say anything about their defense because ours isn't that much better necessarily right now. But man, they look horrid back there.
But I mean, I'm not being like weird or like picky.
That's gonna be a change.
That wasn't their defense. That was their possession.
Yeah, I mean that's
the problem.
Well, no, yeah.
I mean that's why I say week in, week out, you don't have to play out the back every single time you get the ball.
I know what he's doing. Why are you giving the ball there?
The most interesting thing about that is how smart Richarlison was not to take the first shot.
Yeah, the patience.
And I would never have said Richarlison was a smart person, let alone a smart player, but that was incredibly clever.
Mind you, that's like good on Trafford over there to get it off his feet, but yeah, that's just like, what are you guys doing? Well, that changed the halftime speeches a little bit, huh?
Yeah. Pep 1 was going to let Pep 2 do it.
Yeah, Donnarumma will be announced like at halftime.
I think this was somebody's Tonali pick from the EPL panel show.
Was it Jake?
Yeah, I think it was.
It actually looks like he's 45. How old is he?
He's like
46.
31.
Like he looked like a retired fisherman over there, didn't he? Like I just put my boat on the docks, came to watch the game.
Is
32.
32 last week.
Hey, there's me on the television. I didn't know I was a City fan.
Congratulations.
My dad is a City fan.
Commiserations. I'm sorry.
I mean, to be fair to Spurs, this could have been a lot worse for City right now. So even though it's like a stupid goal, it's probably deserved, I'll have to say.
Here's the difference now. I would have more, if I was a Spurs fan, I would have more security that Spurs can hold out a little bit more with this 2-0 than if Big Ange was coaching them.
Yeah, good point.
You wouldn't be getting through this next 4 minutes of injury time. I don't think we could still concede 2 here and go in 2-2 at the break. Well, Frank is probably going to hold this to halftime and then adjust his plans for the second half.
They need to get one over here, the corner
kick.
kick.
It looks like that's possible as well. Right now, this is actually being the game scoreline. Sorry, not necessarily the game, but it's scoreline worth waking up for.
That's a horrible corner.
I did one like that when I was in playing for schoolboy football. And we needed a goal. And I played it back to the goalkeeper. That was literally the last schoolboy game I played that season.
Possible. Oh no. I mean, I guess there were a lot of stoppages, but
The Aiden Nuri injury is probably the big one.
yeah, that's true. We had the goal and stuff, I guess. Yeah.
7 does seem a little
Kenneth says, I like Kudus. He's a nuisance. I want to see
Kudus
long
still-
run because he's a nuisance, but I don't know if he's like. He's a nuisance. I think I like the fact that he's like very physical too. It's not just like a speed nuisance.
Yeah, you better not give that as a penalty.
Never know. Got to get City back in the game. Oh, Nunez would have scored that.
Yeah,
Just saying.
especially with his haircut now. And his whole 2 goals in the Saudi Arabian League.
I think he screwed up his timing because he was trying to push Romero off at the same time. So
I was gonna say, yeah, he gave him some there.
Kenny is still, dude. I still see people in our Darwin post commenting about how sad they are that Darwin left and he needed another season to prove himself and stuff. It's just like gives me hope that if I somehow wander into that training pitch, fans would give me at least 2 seasons at the minimum to prove myself. I might be discovered on the pitch as they're practicing, but
he'll get to the age of 30 and people will still be saying he just needs 1 more season to prove himself.
he's just getting used to the pace of the Premier League. Is the gang up in the background, Mecca? Are you going to be joining us in the second half or
Me?
no? I'm sorry, Matsush. You better be joining us in the second half.
Yeah. No, I've got to go after the first half. So this is it's about my cue because I have to get ready to go to work.
Oh shit, that's right. You're going to work. I thought maybe you guys were going.
Yeah,
out to
but
practice or something.
he's not telling everybody he's not worked till 2 p.m. This is his beauty routine. He has to put the face mask on and wait for the peel to dry out, and then pull the face mask off, and then
He's like,
exfoliate.
"Jeez, is my milk
Well,
bath ready?"
Because of this first half, I can't do the face mask this morning, so it's pretty disappointing.
Oh man,
yeah.
You'll only be a 9.5 when you go into work instead of the 10 that you usually are today. You handsome bastard.
Oh, you are too kind.
Something is off about you today, Matthew.
You know,
or
Mecca, if my wife complimented me as much as you did, I think she loved me.
You'd be better off living with me. I'll tell you that much. You could watch all the soccer you wanted.
There you go.
and I'd eat your pizza crusts.
Oh, I like the pizza crust though. So
you're a proper bloke. You're a proper bloke.
Depends on the pizza.
No, you always have to eat the crust, no matter what.
I mean, I eat it anyway, but okay, for the leftover crust, do we eat the doughy leftover crust? I can see Mecca is already like.
I only eat the crust. I just leave the middle of the pizza there. I just eat the crust and leave the rest of it.
What is all this meat and stuff in the middle? Just give me the dough.
This figure doesn't create itself, you know. It's a pure diet of starch and carbs.
We can't get too deep into pizza. Sergi will show up.
Yeah,
true, yeah.
Please, let's not. Where is Sergi?
The
Well, to be fair, it's 5:30 in the morning for him, so.
It's 5:30 in the morning from last Thursday. That's what time zone he's in.
Mecca is still not clear on the time zones. Are you in August over there in Phoenix, or what is it like? When are we falling back, man? It's getting dark early already.
I think it's
All
in
back 2025.
October.
November 2nd.
November 2nd. All right.
What the? I guess we don't worry about it till. I guess it's still like 8 o'clock, 7:38 when it gets dark. So they probably be like, we're not going to worry about it till it's 5. Who is still watching these shows and why? Can somebody explain this to me?
That's
It's like
American.
the same people rotating at this point. Like it's in the third contest. All these like singer shows and the Who's Got Talents and Who Doesn't and stuff like that. Am I missing something? I'm missing this entire genre. Matthias, you look like you'd be watching these.
You're missing talent. That's what you're missing.
Oh, so you are watching these?
No, I'm not. But think about how many people in this country have talents, man. This show's going to go on for decades.
We should go up there. You should go out there, Mecca. Is like, you know,
I've been on television already before.
You know.
I've been on television with my band already before. National television at that.
Really?
Yep.
When was this?
When was this?
2001. Irish National
Really?
Television, me and
Like
my
what
band.
channel?
Yep.
Like BBC?
Or no, because that's Britain. And, you know, that's not
Timothy,
Oh,
what
here
I
you
can't
were on
believe-
national television.
I can't
No,
believe
Irish
you
National
even-
Television.
Oh, Irish
BBC
national television.
BBC is British National Television. I'm not British. Thanks, Temujin. You colonialist.
Same, isn't it? That's like,
So
like you wanna pick somebody from Mexico or Puerto Rico off, just for like, isn't that the same thing? Like,
yeah, no, that was yeah, we were on for a special segment thing.
What was your band's name?
We can't remember actually. That fat guy and a load of other guys. I wasn't fat in those days actually. There's a nice picture of me playing in my band, singing the song. In fact,
oh, you're singing too.
I was the singer, yeah, and not because I'm good. It was
We
because
have to get
I was the
footage of
least. I was the least worst.
There has to be footage of this, correct?
I'm
There
trying to
is somewhere,
find
but I don't have it. Nah, it's you won't find it anywhere. But I had it on videotape, and it's in one of my sister's storage units somewhere. But I never labeled it, so we don't know what videotape it is.
Okay,
And
give
there's
me the band.
hundreds of them.
Give me the band name again.
Yeah,
I
what is
couldn't
the
tell
name?
you. I can't even remember what the band name was.
Oh, come on.
It wasn't the long-term band. It was just an incredibly lucky moment.
Nobody beats me in stalking. So yeah, Mitsush and I are already on it.
If you could find it, I would love to see it again. But that was really interesting because that was obviously my first time ever on television. And I didn't realize that they put the cameras right up into your face. Like, remember, like they used to do all these like weird kind of things in the 90s and the 2000s. And I was playing, and I was a nervous player anyway. I had horrendous stage fright, which is why I didn't stick with music. And literally, the guy was there as I was trying to do it, and thankfully it was recorded. Like, but I was like, I had to stop. It was like, get him away from me, or he's getting decked. So the guy like did he stepped away and then zoomed in. And now that I work as a camera operator in television, I'm thinking back to that, going, why didn't he just do that from the start? It would have been the same shot. I know it wouldn't have looked like I felt like I was being stalked by some weirdo.
Dude,
Tony in the studio has the right. It was RTE, radio television.
Wait, is it Little Ripples?
No.
I don't know. There's a Little Ripples, Eric McGrath. I found a band called Little
Oh,
Ripples.
is there? With my name?
Yeah, maybe it's the song.
Wow.
Hold on, let me pull it up over here.
I didn't write the song. The song was I did the music for the song. The song was called Hollywood Plastic.
Oh, this is fun.
We weren't recorded or anything like that. We just happened to be the band that got featured.
You'd be happy to know there's a guy, Macca's Minion says, there's a guy called Eric McGrath. He's doing a lot of music, which is really throwing off my stalking because everything comes up as him.
He's getting the royalties I'm due. That's what's happening, whoever he is.
Let's get curious.
For work I never did.
That you would do. A little risque.
Yeah, definitely not me.
Yeah, this dude is all over the place, really cramping my stalking style over here.
Yeah. That's why I'm safe from all my stalkers from back home.
You got this other cover guy. Why don't you make your name Eric McGrath? Save me the hassle. Dude, this guy has music videos and stuff.
Yeah, see, I would have to get panoramic vision for all my videos, and that's just way too expensive. That's why I don't have music videos. But that was my second claim to fame. The first claim to fame was the very, very first Irish fantasy football league, like newspaper fantasy football league. I won the very first week. I got like £200.
You bought triple Captain Holland, or
this was 1994. So Steve McManaman scored a hat trick or something. I think that week. Yeah, and I put him as captain that week. And fantasy football was very basic back then. It was literally just goals, assists, and hat tricks and stuff like that. And I got my picture in the paper with my £200 check, which I spent on KFC.
It's a lot more advanced now with a lot more stupid rules.
Yeah, it is. It's almost like it's also like Football Manager, like, you know, set training to 70 for the week. That's if you're like Championship Manager way back in the 90s was set training to 70 for the week, and now you can get like individual dials for players. Like,
dude, when I went to like the latest Football Manager, and I want to say that was 2021 or something like that. That's the last time I played it, and that's the reason the last time I played it, because I was like, man, this was a lot easier. Like, it wasn't as involved, so you could play a season a lot. I'm like, yeah, I don't have time to put in like 3 hours and only advance like 2 games because I have to do all the training and shit. This is like a job over here. I was just gonna hire Pep Linders and put him in charge of everything like Klopp. You're like, you know what? You do all that shit. I'm just gonna go around, give hugs, and watch the games. Fan Fest. Are we going to Kansas or what? September 20th and 21st. I know I'm not, but
I've never got to Kansas.
I will be in Italy. I think it's a little bit more fun than Kansas City.
How dare you? How dare you? You don't know what you're missing.
Are you going to see
my apologies.
I hear.
Are you going to see the Pope?
No, he's from Chicago. I don't have to go until he comes home.
You go.
The Pope comes to me. Yeah, where are you going?
So we're gonna go to Rome. We're gonna go to Naples, and we're gonna go to Florence.
Nice, man. How long?
10 days.
Oh, nice. Yeah, see, almost you got to do that long.
Is that the Gomorrah Italian tourist tour?
The what?
The Gomorrah tour.
The Gomorrah tour?
Yeah, you don't know the show Gomorrah?
No,
it's on. I believe it's on Netflix. If you have Netflix, you should watch it. It's very good. It's an Italian like mobster show. It's like the Sopranos for Italy, but it's really, really good. One of the main characters looks like Pep Guardiola. It's really good. Yeah, it's really good. And then the other main character, I think, was in Fargo. Not too long after that.
And the Pep character has the Trafford character shot in the knee.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
That's funny. I gotta check that out. It looks good.
It's a very good show.
I've seen it. I have never watched it because some of those shows get a little bit old for me. What did we start watching? I know I enjoy like British shows because I feel like there's less bullshit in them.
That's tell the truth. It's because you don't have to read the subtitles.
No. Negative. I don't have to read the subtitles in American either. I actually don't mind. I actually like international shows more. And not because of the subtitles, because it only makes me sleepy. But I feel like there is less, shit blowing up for the sake of it, or shooting of like 10 people, or like over the top violence for the sake of it and stuff like that. It's a lot more. I know there's like a certain genre I feel like, like the British shows have that is more like there's more acting and stuff than like American thriller show or something.
My wife, well, more my wife, because I've seen these things, but she's like watching, like on BritBox, watching all the old, like crime thrillers and stuff from like the 2000s and the 2010s from like BBC and stuff. And I keep saying like because I work in television editing, is the British way of editing, especially the BBC thing, it's so weird compared to the American stuff, because they literally just cut to a scene of somebody handing the keys, going, here's the keys, and then cut back again. They literally just cut out all the fat on each end that's in the American stuff and go straight to the heart of the thing and then cut back again. Like, and there's no like fat in the drama. So it's just pure drama, which is probably why it's especially BBC dramas are the most transported around the world. Like if you look at an American show, the first thing I always do is go, oh, what British show is that based on?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they take the British show, adds more like violence, explosions, and unnecessary like side dramas, and then present it. Right, Matush? It's the American way.
It is the American way, baby. That's what we.
I have to say, I find Polish ones very slow. Is it just me?
Oh, they're incredible.
Very, very slow.
They're so slow. I mean, that's just how life is. It's just slow.
There's an Irish comedy show. Just Matush might know about this if he's aware of the Polish TV shows. It's called Butavant, I think. And what it was they bought the rights to a Polish soap opera, and then did like overdubbed like English dialogue, but it's comedy dialogue. But literally, each episode is a different episode, but it looks like the same episode because they keep going back to the same thing. Like, I could not watch a Polish, if that's how it is. I could not watch a Polish TV show because you don't get to the heart of the thing till like 3 episodes in, because everything just happens so.
I've seen a few on like Netflix, and just the pacing of it, I feel like Polish shows are a lot slower overall.
Yeah. My mom and my watch when I had to live there for a few months in between house searching a few shows. I would peek my head around, and there's no chance I could sit there and watch it. It's painful how slow and how bad the acting is. I don't know. They're decades behind on everything.
It's weird. Like, like he's talking about giving the keys, like in the Polish one, guy gets up, like goes really slowly, pours himself water, drinks it, thinks to himself for a little bit, then might go to the keys. Like that whole key thing becomes like a 5-minute thing.
Yeah.
Department
Q its own story.
There is actually a show that I felt it was really, really close to a Turkish show on Netflix that I thought was really good. Angie really liked it too. It was more like a cold case kind of a thing. There's some actually like really good like Turkish stuff on Netflix that I occasionally run into. They've improved a lot, that's for sure. I just watched a movie the other day, for example. But I do like a lot of international stuff. The only problem is, I can't watch that stuff as I'm working because I need the subtitles. The game is back on. Gordo says, speaking of reruns, the Spurs blow it again over here.
All right, gentlemen, I got to go get ready.
Have fun at work, buddy boy. Don't skip on the milk bath. See you later.
See you later. Now. Stay handsome.
Bye.
I don't know if they blow it. A lot about Spurs, huh?
I don't know if they blow it at all. I could actually see him getting it towards the way he seemed to be giving.
Exactly. I was about to say that. Like, I think this game ends like 4-1 Spurs.
Yeah, that would be not beyond the realms of possibility the way the game's gone so far.
As funny as it was, I thought the Super Cup was. It's one of those things like sometimes the early season. I felt the same way for like the Charity Shield, for example. Some of those early season losses or disappointments are better to get out of the way and good learning experiences. Oh, that was nice, by the way, on the left-hand side. But I think, that them giving it up to like freaking PSG, as funny as it was, I think will help in a game like this.
I think especially if you have a new manager like Frank, like that mentally they may have been used to conceding those 2 late goals, and then he comes in and leathers them afterwards. Like and we've seen Thomas Frank in like clips. Like he's a very positive manager. He always tries to give his players props even when they lose. At Brentford at least, but I would imagine after that he'd be like, "Nah, this doesn't happen again." Like it's a different era now. You got to protect your leads.
Yeah, because it's almost like, oh, this is a really Spurs moment that everybody was talking about. This is how we're gonna do it differently anymore. Yeah, that's the only thing with Kudus. I feel like sometimes he over dribbles. A little Diaz like. Great player, don't get me wrong, but Hassan says, yeah, Hassan's prediction was 3-2, and that's a great ball, but it took a bit too long to get there.
Oh, that was very good recovery across to block that from the Spurs player, whoever that was.
This is a good move for him. Getting Pelini over there is a good move for him. It's kind of like what they needed.
Yeah.
Like, it could be that guy that has the discipline not to push forward like an idiot and stop a counter.
Fabinho, you mean?
If Fabinho and Gravenberg, like knows when to kind of like stay put and cover. One thing to find out is I felt Spurs were a better countering team, maybe because we were used to like Son and Kulusevski and stuff like that. I mean, I look at Richarlison. I guess Brendan Johnson has speed and stuff too, but they don't seem, I don't know, they don't seem as big of a threat on the counter as they used to. Is it just me?
No, I think that might be right.
Because it's not just speed; it's a matter of stringing together like two really good critical passes too.
I mean, Madison kind of helps with that, doesn't he?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I mean, like, I hate to say it, but Harvey Elliott would actually be ideal for Spurs.
Ooh, that was some nice crunching tackles over.
The problem is when you're Richarlison, if you dive as much as he does, then the crunching tackles are going to get passed over, even when they're legit crunching tackles.
Yeah, it becomes like here he goes again.
Yeah, I just reversed my screen so we're both looking in the same direction because it looked weird the other way.
You were looking
the other way.
You watch this goal, I'll watch.
Yeah, see, this is the difference. Like the Spurs look like they're happy to just sit in and hit in the break now, whereas under Ange they'd be still looking for the third goal, full pelt.
That's what I mean. That learn from the PSG game kind of a thing. That's why I feel like games like that really are important. Let's not do what we did 2 weeks ago. Dude, Trafford is like just maybe he's trying to get a way out.
He's playing a championship player. Because that's bread and butter to championship goalkeepers is smashing it down the field to nobody.
Tony says he's in two minds. Like Spurs to win, but a draw would suit us. Yeah, I mean, are we? That's why I kind of wanted to see, like, how seriously are we taking Spurs kind of a deal?
No, I mean, if I was Manchester United, I'd be more worried about Spurs, but Liverpool shouldn't be worried about Spurs.
I don't think so either, right? Like,
yeah.
You see Spurs winning week in, week out as much as like a City would.
No, I don't think they don't have the depth to do that. And I think, again, not to hark on it, but like without a playmaker, creative player in there, like a Madison, like that has the kind of overconfidence to try and make the play, like Harvey Elliott does.
Yeah,
they're going to come up against games where it's going to be a 0-0 draw because they couldn't find a way through. But the same problem we had before we got Wirtz.
So we're told, yes.
They're trying to play out every time they win the transition there in the box instead of just playing it down the field and give themselves a breath to get it out.
I like how physical actually Spurs look, by the way.
Yeah, that's totally a Frank thing. Because
Yeah,
Brentford
like
were
I
very
was like
physical.
pretty darn physical against the guy with the
Yeah.
ball. What is on?
That's why he hasn't been online as much.
Yeah, he's been in camp.
Pep's making changes, so he obviously sees something he
Here
doesn't
comes
like.
Goku. Oh, oh, dude, that is a horrible.
What are you doing? Just clear the ball out. What are they doing? Just play it out for the corner and get your players back and reset. Why do they have to play it out on the ground in that situation?
It's like, for the love of God.
Like you lose the key, and that player there should have just knocked it out for a corner.
Just it's corner, right?
Yeah.
Just kick it out. That's old. We're too old school, man. You're sounding old.
That's called common sense, Temujin. That's the problem. Old school. That was a great touch taking that ball down. It would be nice if Spurs scored here because it would ruin the entire logic behind Pep's plan for the substitution. Yes. Come here. Now here's a crap. Sit back down. Do you know what?
It looks like Reinders brought his younger brother into playing goal.
Here's my prediction for the second half. One of these goalkeepers is going to do the 8-second thing. Probably.
Oh, really?
That's what I think is going to happen. I think one of them is going to hold on to the ball for the 8 seconds. That should have been a City goal.
Dude, that is a horrible pass by him, by the way.
Yeah. Marmouche is out.
Yeah, because he has a show on Friday. He's like, go practice for the podcast.
Yeah, this is like a proper Thomas Frank performance. Like they've way less than 50% possession, and they're quite happy with that. It's very Spurs like.
Yes,
but it's very Thomas Frank. Like, there we go.
There we go.
That was a nice ball.
I
don't think he meant that, but that was a nice ball. It worked out as a nice ball.
Bernardo Silva came into the play a little dirty.
I think he played that too early there.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good ball.
That was a great ball.
Dude. God, how is like Richarlison so annoying?
I don't know, but it looks like he's like, I don't get this many crosses in the game. I don't know what to do now. Or I'm still on the pitch. I don't know what to do now.
That's probably more like it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what was. I said that's pretty decent defending there, but. Yeah, I know what he's complaining about. Yes, he is ahead. Ooh, that was close.
That was a dumb one. He should have went on the outside of him there.
I mean, they have a 5-on-4, even though he took a really dumb shot. But like City could not even get back. That was a 5-on-4 for like 10 seconds.
Yeah,
I think that's
Thomas
what
Frank
Frank
is saying
Why
exactly
is
what I was
he
saying.
taking a shot?
But also, that's a perfect example of what we were like. His parents were probably in the crowd going, "Boot it, Brandon, boot it."
Yeah, that is just so like ridiculous decision making right there. It's a 5-on-4, and it was going to be 5-on-4 for at least another 10 seconds. Nobody with an effort to get back, by the way, for City. Even Silva, who just came in.
That's because he's also sitting there thinking, "How's Richarlison still on the pitch?"
Yeah, probably. If Richarlison was on, I'd pass it to him. Oh, wait. I didn't see you in there. Yeah, this is not looking so hot for City right now.
No, but I'd be encouraged that Spurs are making some of the worst decisions you can make on the ball. Like, they had a situation there just like about 5 passes ago where they could have done something, and instead they wanted the extra pass. That was a great ball. That is a great ball and a very bad touch.
He's about to come out. Who do they have? Do they still have? Let's look at that, because I don't know who's on their bench, actually.
Spurs.
Yeah, like, let me look at their bench real quick. I'll throw you a couple of names, because I feel like they need...
They have Tell and Solanke. They have a massive injury
like
list.
Wing. Let's see. God, dude, their injury thing. Kulishevsky.
That's from last season, isn't it?
Yeah, like ACL, knee. I'm looking at their bench. I don't tell. Probably maybe.
Yeah, that was the only one I could think of. Or Solanke on and push with Richarlison out a little bit.
My guess is Bergwall comes in for somebody in midfield soon. Yeah, I don't see a lot of other like, oh, he should come in kind of guys. What happened to Phil Foden?
Cole Palmer stole his haircut, and he's been psychologically damaged ever since.
That was my thing.
Burnley Sunderland seems to be. I'm just looking at the games after this one. Burnley Sunderland seems the only interesting one from the 10 o'clocks.
Yeah, because when I was looking in terms of like what game can we do like a watch along for, I mean, obviously this was an easy one to pick, but I was like, oh, do we do the goal rush at 9 instead of getting up at 6:30? And I was like, yeah, I'm not feeling any of these.
I mean, Arsenal Leeds is a classic old school top division tie.
I mean, they're important games in terms of...
That's the 12:30.
You know, shaping up the relegation zone versus mid zone and stuff like that, but
yeah,
nothing like that will be like, oh, that might be fun to watch.
I mean, City are playing. It's almost like day one of Pep Guardiola managing.
Yes,
City, it looks like today. Like everything is off. Like they don't know what they're supposed to do, but they know the overall picture. Pep is gonna be wandering over to Thomas Frank and
Donnarumma over there is like freaking like,
yeah, I'm not there.
He's like, I just earned another 5 million. That's probably what he's thinking. I know who else is out there for them to like go after. Onana. He's probably available. That was like deja vu.
They're getting a lot of City are getting a lot of joy with the ball going into the box. Like City aren't defending them very well. If they had, I think Solanke could be the one that gets a goal here.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a good point actually. If you're gonna play like this, might as well put Solanke in there.
But I wouldn't lose Richarlison. He's doing quite a good job. on the aggression part. We've got 666 viewers. We've got to get another one quickly or lose them. There we go. Oof. We're not going to hell.
Yet.
We're not going to hell yet.
Save for another day. Yeah, I kind of like back to the comments here real quick, but yeah, Kenny says Bernardo Silva has no legs left. Yeah, that's weird for a guy who just came in for not being able to track back again. Yes. Having said that, as horrible as City looks, oh my God,
he's just driven them off the field. They look very underprepared. Which
it looks like you would watch this and you'd be like, it's still preseason. All these will be knocked out.
Yeah. But it just goes to show Pep Linders wasn't the problem at Liverpool because these players don't look fit at all.
Hold on, Pep Guardiola is bringing 2020 back. I was like, let me put these guys back in because these new guys are shit.
I just think it's funny that the Premier League scoreboard is sponsored by Wingstop, and I've never felt more seen.
Wings. Had some ridiculously good wings Thursday nights. Well, that'd be last night, actually. It feels like it was like 3-4 days ago. Well, when we went to Buffalo, I did get to try actual buffalo wings, and I will have to say, did not disappoint.
They disappoint a lot of tourists who were.
It tastes just like chicken.
Now, having said that, just cranked the memory in my brain. There's an Irish potato chip company called Hunky Dory's that has a buffalo wings flavored potato chip, which are some of the best potato chips I've ever tasted.
What is the name of it?
You can only get them Hunky Dory's.
And is this still made, or is this from like your youth over here?
No, they still exist as far as I know. No, they do exist as far as I know.
Hunky Dory's crisps.
Yep.
Yes.
Buffalo. They're very good. And spicy.
Wait, there's a 6-pack delivered to Hunky Dory's Buffalo. There we go.
And to confuse everybody, they have a picture of Buffalo on the wrapper, on the packet. They used
no, they must have. See, they removed that since then.
Right. I think people were getting confused by it.
Probably. It's false advertising, man. I like how their logo looks like you.
It's modeled after me.
It's the potato waving. It says Tato.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Tato Hunky Dory's. Tato's invented the first flavored crisp in the world.
Really?
Yep, cheese and onion.
Look at you bringing some crisp expertise to the show, man.
I mean, come on, look at the size of me. You have to be an expert at potato chips. Come on.
12-pack is pricey. This better be good.
Oh, yeah.
12-pack is $48.
It's tariffs, man. Tariffs.
It must be. I blame Trump. We can't even have a good freaking crisp.
Look, so here's what I was going to say. I can't remember what I said or not because I'm so tired. But like years gone by, you'd be just sitting there waiting for the other shoe to drop for City. Oh, they're going to get the goal, and then it's just the end of the year. I can't see it here.
No,
I can see them getting a goal, but I can't see them turning it into a turnaround.
The funny thing is, the only thing I see the way the goal is coming is like something like this, where Spurs just hand it to him. Dude, they have a prawn cocktail one.
Yeah, those are nice too. But Skip's prawn cocktail are the best version of that.
I was really shocked. Speaking of prawn cocktail, God damn, these are even more expensive. They're like $25 for a pack of 3. What the hell is going on?
Are you sure now it's like small? They might be like the share size ones. That's a lot of money for.
It's cheaper to freaking like go over there and then buy a suitcase and come back.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I saw Solanke there getting instructions, so I think Solanke's coming on.
Who was the other one?
I couldn't tell.
Who was the young kid? It wasn't Tell, but I couldn't tell. Get it? Come on, man. It's fucking 8. It has to be, my jokes have to be on a scale based on time.
Tip the veal. Tip the veal, try the waitress. There was a time for years and years and years where Pep Guardiola would not allow his clubs to buy a player unless they could dribble. Like, they had to be good dribblers. Doesn't matter what else they did or what position they played, they had to be good dribblers. And it looks like that's been abandoned because they don't look comfortable on the ball.
Is that from like Tottenham pressure? Give credit to Tottenham.
I would accept that if it wasn't for the fact that they've let some very empty passes go under no pressure.
I think that was more a handball than a foul, wasn't it? Because he got the ball. Like, yeah.
I think he's right to be annoyed there.
Yeah. I mean, that's not a foul. Let me move the screen back here. There we go. CDR sure taking their time with this, huh?
It's because Bernardo Silva's taking it and he has to make sure he has enough strength in his legs.
Yeah.
If he falls over after the kick, you know I'm right.
Oh! Was that good defending or what happened there?
I didn't see what happened.
That is good defending, actually. I don't know if it was intentional because I thought it was going in as like an own goal, but Spence looks a little guilty. Was it handball really? Because they were calling for handball, but Jesus.
Ooh. 3 points. It's good.
Wait, what are we looking at? We're looking at something. Or there's a fight. Either one I'm happy with.
And Richarlison's involved.
Yeah, come on now. He's like, on my way out, so let me get into something. Oh, it's Bernardo Silva and Richarlison. Why are we not surprised?
See, this is the reason why Richarlison would never be a big club signing, because his temperament just gets him into trouble. But he doesn't have the talent of like a Suarez. Like, you put up with Suarez's temper tantrums because of what he gave you at the when he wasn't doing that. And then they all calm down. I don't get it.
I like how the ref did the basketball double technical. They're like, this is the easiest way out of these.
I wonder if this means that Jake will be on the EPL panel show now on Tuesday. if this holds.
I'm sure they're like, it's early on, but you would have to say like they have to be happy with what they're seeing.
I'm sure they're happy with what they're saying, but I'm also sure they're still drunk from winning the conference trophy. You might not get another one for another 30 years.
I still give shit to Ed about that.
Do you know what I like about it is that I think Spurs have one more European trophy than Arsenal.
Really?
I think they do. And I'm saying that in the sense that of counting the Fairs Cup, which was the original UEFA Cup. I'm just going to look at their honours here.
The UEFA Cup, which used to be more like the Europa, basically.
Yeah, they do. They've got they've 3 UEFA Cups, 1 Cup Winners' Cup. They have way more European
Cup Winners' Cup. Cup Winners' Cup was always weird because
I love
could
the
be
Cup Winners' Cup, even though Liverpool never won it because we obviously put the other trophies to get into it.
Oh, that's a good ball.
Oh, that was man. Taller player there. That was a great ball in a great chance for a goal. But the Cup Winners' Cup was always good because there was always streaky teams in it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, they didn't have have some like really oddball teams in there too. To be fair,
I mean, like, if the European ban wasn't in England at the time, we could have seen Wimbledon in the Cup Winners' Cup, which would have been great. I think they would have, like, if that Wimbledon team in '88, like the whole crazy gang thing, they would have been like a completely different experience to every other European team at the time. And that's like, we're playing an English team. That's the home of Liverpool. It's the home of Manchester United. It's home to Arsenal. They'll want to play football. Why are they kicking us in the head? Why are they kicking us all in the head?
What are they even playing? Oh, there we go. He's bringing 2020 back. How do we used to do it, guys? Go out there and do it.
I don't think Spurs made any subs yet, did they? No.
Well,
this is what you were talking about before the game.
Yeah,
Rodri and Reinders together. He's taken off his entire attacking midfield now at this point.
I thought Rodri, he was like, oh, it's going to be out till the end of September. And shit, dude, it's not even September yet. And dude is out there.
I would never trust Pep Guardiola talking about the length of time players are for injuries.
Let's see. I don't understand the fall of Foden over there.
The what?
Fall of Foden, like from graces, if you will.
I don't know.
Who was?
Maybe he's not allowed. Maybe they're not on the enhancers anymore. Allegedly.
He has more normal haircuts? Or
yeah, I told you that only one player in the Premier League can have that haircut, and Cole Palmer has it right now. It's a proprietary haircut.
That's a great corner.
That was a great corner. Good header as well.
Yeah. Well, it got past the first man, so that by itself makes it a great corner. He's wide open too.
Yeah.
By the way.
Maybe it's because he doesn't have. Maybe it's because he has Rodrigo on his shirt and not Rodri. People are confused.
Dude, Trafford is freaking brutal.
Yeah, here's the Spurs changes. Yeah, see Solanke on the end of those crosses. Just look at him there.
The kids.
28 is Wilson Odobert.
Oh, I haven't seen much of him.
It's because he's smaller than Solanke. I think it's probably smart taking off Richarlison now because he's a red card walking when he gets into those moods.
Like, I don't remember seeing a lot of this kid last year. Do you?
I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen him once or twice because I remember his name.
He had like 17 appearances. I don't. Well, definitely not.
Foden looks like the illegitimate love child of Gareth Barry, as opposed to the legitimate love child of Gareth Barry.
That was a very soft follow-up.
It really was.
Because he held his hand. Like,
Sexual harassment, maybe that's the call.
that's good defending.
Clear the ball.
That's good defending. That's because Doku took forever before that ball came to the middle, so everybody was back.
There you go. That's how you do it.
Oh,
he's way out. Pressure him. My word. So, just like again, that's the difference between this Spurs and the Ange Spurs is that the throwing bodies in the way, and they have enough bodies to do so to try and defend in the box. That was risky though.
The dive, yes. Uh-oh.
I didn't have any more subs. That would be delicious if he asked to limp off.
Oh, that's not looking good.
Yeah, he's done. He is done. Pep's probably looking through the rule book to see if there's any rule that you can get an extra sub on.
The ankle clause. What the hell? Oh, I just do not understand some call.
The answer to that question,
I mean, that is just ridiculous that that's not a call. I mean, it's either they're throwing or he didn't get the ball, so it's a foul. Like, there is no other. I don't understand that at all. You know,
decisions and non-decisions like that should give.
And on top of that, insult to injury. He got a yellow. I thought he showed freaking. Oh, I thought he showed like grinders for complaining a yellow. I was like, I mean, come on now.
That performance there should give every grassroots ref confidence that their mistakes are just the same as the ones up in the top levels, or at least the top level English refs, because the continental refs don't seem to make that many mistakes.
I'll tell you what, the biggest difference I see is it's either it's on City, like just not physical enough, or Tottenham looks ridiculous in terms of physicality. Like, they look so much stronger.
They're definitely like I'm convinced part of Spurs' injuries problems was that Postecoglou didn't do as much fitness training as he needed to do for the quality or for the type of game he wanted to play. So by the mid-season, they were underprepared and getting injured because of it. Whereas I think Thomas Frank is a bit more traditional, a bit more like Klopp. You're going to have to do fitness. You're going to have to build a game for him. Because they look more aggressive. They look more like stable, like, you know, like core strength stable.
You know what it looks like? It looks like indoor soccer where City already played the game.
Yes. Yeah.
They're doing it back to back.
Well, the team manager is up in the indoor arena's office complaining about the scheduling. And then hearing that the other team's coach is a friend of the owner, and he needed that week off for a wedding. That's why you're playing twice tonight.
Yeah, it just looks like Spurs are fresher, and I don't know, like that. Yeah, that second goal was like a nail in the coffin for some reason. Even though it was like a stupidly given away goal, so it's not even like they were being dominated most like 10, 15 minutes.
I mean, again, this is very unsports-like if we go by when I say terrible free header to be given away at the back post. But the Thomas Frank Spurs is quite happy to now sit and defend the 2-0 for the rest of the game and hit on the break. The Postecoglou Spurs will be gone for. They'll be chasing goal 3, but they're chasing goal 3 because they conceded 3, originally chasing goal 3 when they were 2-0 up.
Hey, I thought Sheffield was going to kick
I thought Sheffield was going to kick it as well.
Yeah, dude has had a game to forget.
Like City aren't as close together as they usually are. Like that we're used to seeing when they press and win the ball back, and they have all those nice little like 10-yard diamonds and triangles to get out. They're like miles away from each other.
So we're just doing this now. Just giving it to Doku and be like, see if you can do something.
I think that's the plan for the whole team. Like, just give it.
Yeah, right. Like
they do by themselves.
I think this is when you missed Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
Because he would be the one you give the ball to, and he would get it to somebody who's in a better situation. Whereas Doku just puts the head down and tries to take on 2 people.
Yeah, look, they've nobody that puts the foot on the ball and slows it down for everybody else to get in position.
Foden was too tired to freaking dribble anyway, so like, let me crack one up. My biggest fear for Rio actually is him becoming a Doku-like player as opposed to, you know what I mean, like a solid, actual, good football playing winger.
Foden?
No, Rio. Like
Rio.
Rio.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he doesn't have the size of Doku either, mind you, which he might. He's still a kid. But I just don't want him to be just that, oh, he can take people on winger. Like, you got to be able to do more than that.
I think that the good thing is that he has a Dutch manager. So
true.
He's going to learn the inside, like the tactical part of the game is more important almost. Bergval coming on.
Bergval always looks like the coach's son, right? Like,
yeah, he does. Other kids get rewarded for a good game by going to friendlies or McDonald's or something like that. His mother gets some more hair product. He's mummy's special little handsome boy.
You look great, son.
He's just put 10 defenders between him and the goal. Right, here's your chance. Boot it.
Oh, hit it.
That was well worked. Just a terrible shot at the end.
You know what? That was one thing that I felt like we didn't do when we were up 2 against Bournemouth. Like, see, not every Spurs player is pushing up. There's like, they're coming up with 3-4. That's it. Everybody else is keeping their shape properly. I felt like in the Bournemouth game, we were just going all over the place. I don't know if he even meant to do that. Is that Silva?
No, the only thing is the problem with not committing the players forward is they've nobody to play up to sports like they just didn't have there.
Ooh, that's a yellow. Coach's son.
He's getting the free kick to see.
Yeah, he got fucking.
Oh yeah,
like
yeah. Look, the other angle looked like a 50-50 to me, but yeah. He got it in the family jewels. There'll be no grandkids for Mama.
Very well.
No more hair product for him.
Hey, when you don't have kids, man, you have a lot more money, so you can really spend on hair products. You can just go all out.
Yeah, see, I've got a dilemma. I've no kids and I've no hair. What do I do with my money?
Where does the money go?
I spend it on Hunky Dory's buffalo flavored potato chips from Ireland for $45 a bag.
My love of crisps is killing me.
Literally. My cholesterol level is way up.
By the way, I was terribly like you appreciate this a bit more. The prawn cocktail concepts over here being totally different was it a major curveball when you came over here too?
Not really, because I was
you
vegetarian.
All ordered shrimp cocktail or something?
Not because I was vegetarian and I didn't eat it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time I ordered it, I was like, because my dad used to love that was like his favorite thing. It was always the appetizer he ordered, right? Like the shrimp cocktail thing. And so I ordered over here, and then they brought like a plate of shrimp with the sauce. And I was like, what the fuck is this? I didn't order shrimp. I ordered the shrimp cocktail.
Yeah.
I didn't order shrimp with like sauce on the side. What the hell is this? Because it's more like a shrimp salad in a way, isn't it? It's like,
I never knew the difference because I wasn't a big seafood eater. I did eat meat and fish, but I always got the impression that prawn cocktail was the gigantic ones, like the king prawns with the glass of sauce. But I never had, like, I'm pescatarian now. I never had shrimp until like last year, and I didn't care for it at all. It was like chewing through cartilage from your knee.
Yes, okay, I gotta show. Maybe it is like Italian version or something. I don't know what it is. Is Tony still here? Tony, you're the chef, dude. You tell us the difference. I don't know why, but I remember it was more of like a salady with almost like a Thousand Island dressing, kind of a dressing. And it was almost, like it was a good appetizer. It was like almost like ordering a salad kind of thing. Okay, now they're doing subs just to piss them off. I'm amazed actually Konya played the entire 90. But that's kind of like the player I felt like they needed, so that's a good move.
Yeah. They still have a sub to make if they need one to kill time near the end as well.
Oh, Jesus, let's wrap this up. I need another coffee. Or 2 or 3. And now I need a shrimp cocktail too.
I'm probably going back to bed. If there was a decent game on in the 10s, I'd probably watch that. But there isn't.
That's why you put the goal rush on, and then you fall asleep to that if the game is not good. That's the plan.
I don't know. I'm looking to take a very Schadenfreude type delight in the downfall of England's brave Scotty Parker and Burnley.
You and Galley.
Yeah, just hold it in the corner. You don't need to do anything. And definitely
I don't know if you saw the game yesterday, but Potter definitely looked like he's going to give Parker a run for his money for the first one to be canned.
I'm telling you, Brendan Rodgers is agitating to get out of Celtic, and West Ham's exactly the kind of club that he would go to, and then fall out with the owners for.
I mean, they better get somebody over there, man. It's just like it does not look good at all.
It just goes to show, and I think if we went right back to the very first year of this podcast that I was involved in, not being impressed with that was a good save for the second.
Yeah, that was a good work by Trevor.
Not being impressed with Potter as the manager. It just goes to show that the structure in Brighton was more important to the success under him than Potter actually was.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you're right. I think that's a good point.
Yeah, that was a very good second save. Thomas Frank was practicing his dance moves for the nightclubs later.
Just little belly dancing.
Oh, come on. Come on. That was a terrible pass.
That was a terrible pass.
That wasn't. That was a good outside of the foot curve. Get in there. Come on, Slanky.
That's a foul.
I hate to be overconfident, but I'm pretty sure this is done and dusted for City.
You never know. It is Spurs.
That's very true.
And
let me point out, if they lose this game or draw this game from this lead at this time of the game, nobody can ever say the Spursy thing is just a meme. It would be literally statistically true. Hey,
everybody's celebrating.
He's going to get an extra side of mozzarella sticks when they go to friendlies now.
Good job, Jimmy. Wow, this is interesting. I did not expect this out of this game, that's for sure. Neither did he, I don't think.
I wonder who he's going to blame for this loss.
He's going to be like, the squad is too deep.
Send it.
I think it's,
there you go.
How much is the overreaction going to be? Like 120 million of purchases? Or
probably, yeah.
Colo is like, this is fun.
Yeah, he says that for everything, though.
I like being on the sideline. Wow, that's kind of like a shocker, man. I mean, even like, it's not a shocker that they freaking like won. I guess it's more of like the way it went down. So, Kevin says, "Why are we watching this? Because it's too late now. We woke up, man. What are you gonna do?" What was big on the? Oh, there we go. Pronsel. I'm sorry, man. I wasn't looking at the comments. Bit of lettuce. What's it? It wasn't dodgy. How dare you call it dodgy? It was more like a Thousand Island, wasn't it? Like, oh, see, like I say, it was like my dad's favorites. So like, like you got to like, oh, y'all let me try it, and it was just like, wanted to be like dad. So like, I'll have a prawn cocktail as well, kind of a thing, because I was that age. But yeah, I thought it was good stuff.
Yeah, it's different for me in Ireland. My dad had a cocktail, and I'm like, I want to be like that. I have a cocktail as well. What's in that cocktail? Guinness and whiskey? I'll have some of that, thanks.
But that's actually how I got into like my dad was like, he wasn't a drinker at all. The only thing he would drink is Bloody Marys. Like, when we went out or something like he would have like one Bloody Mary kind of a thing. Yeah. That's where my love for Bloody Mary, and I passed it on to Jazz. And I don't know what it is, but Milwaukee in Wisconsin, it's huge, dude. Like they have all these like Bloody Mary bars, and there's like all these places you go to that have like 10 different Bloody Marys, like with different infused vodkas and shit.
So basically, alcoholic marinara sauce. That's
pretty much with lemon though.
Oh, with lemon, okay. For that southern Italian zest.
So what's the game plan? You're going back to bed? What are you doing?
Yeah, no, I'm probably gonna watch England's brave Scotty Parker lose, Sunderland, and then see the
Well,
missus wants
anybody
to
who
go
joined
to
us, thanks a lot. If you woke up with us, that was it was a decent game to watch. It wasn't the best game, but we had a lot of good laughs, so I consider a win. Maka, thanks for waking up with me. And I will catch everybody Monday morning with Mateusz the Prince. We'll find out what he did he went to work, I guess. I thought he was just going to hang out with Michelle and the friend or something like that, but no. Fenerbahce Kocaelispor will be better, actually. That's a guarantee. It's at 1:30, I think. So, yeah, I got to stay awake for that, if nothing else, because I'm fall asleep during that one. But have a